Plus, a manhunt for a brother after a missing woman is found dead. Why police say they consider him to be armed and very dangerous.
And the struggle this evening to help find help. Battling the wildfires in Georgia. Why crews say they're lacking some serious manpower.
It didn't detect that he had a gun. Scary.
New at 10, we are hearing for the first time from someone inside a Cobb County Health Center when a gunman opened fire today. And tonight, police have a suspect in custody, but there are questions lingering about how someone was able to get a gun inside Ridgeview Institute and just start shooting.
John Sherrick is live at the jail in Smyrna tonight. John, fortunately, no one was hurt when those shots were fired today. Very lucky.
Very lucky. Smyrna police took the man here to police headquarters in the city jail while they investigate why he opened fire inside Ridgeview Institute and how he got his gun inside.
2:13 p.m. A man inside Ridgeview Institute on South Cobb Drive, which treats psychiatric patients and people with addictions, pulls a gun and fires several rounds. No one is wounded, and the man runs away. Police would capture him and find his gun within the hour down the street. Everyone relieved it ended peacefully. But this man who was inside Ridgeview, who doesn't want to be identified, wants answers.
That they didn't know that he had a gun. He was, I guess, concealing the weapon between his legs.
Police say the suspect had gone to Ridgeview seeking treatment, but changed his mind. Smyrna Police Sergeant Lewis Defense.
It appears that he did not want to remain at that facility. He produced a handgun. He began firing his handgun.
When the man ran outside down South Cobb Drive, police swarmed nearby neighborhoods looking for him. 2 schools went on lockdown. Maureen Patrick had just picked up her 3 children just before their school went on lockdown, and they couldn't get back home. Police had blocked the streets.
Crazy. It was very intimidating seeing the police officers with their guns and stuff and all that, but they captured them, so that's good.
Pretty much scary. That was the first time that I've experienced that much fear in my entire life.
No one at Ridgeview Institute would comment about security there or how the man could have gotten the gun inside, but that is definitely part of the police investigation. Reporting live from Smyrna Police Headquarters and City Jail, John Sherrick, 11 Alive News.
New tonight, there is a manhunt right now for a Cherokee County man after his sister was found dead today. Detectives say that 54-year-old Joseph Twilley is considered a person of interest. And they warn he could be armed and dangerous. His sister Karen Twilley was found dead outside her home on Pine Circle in Woodstock this morning. She was first reported missing yesterday. Police believe that Joseph Twilley may be driving a 2001 blue Ford Focus, similar to this one on the left, with Georgia tag ATC 8621. The car was last seen headed westbound on I-20 in Carroll County around 3 o'clock this morning. Police say that Twilley has made threats to harm police and himself. They are warning that anyone who sees him should immediately call 911.
Happening right now, dozens of protesters are marching the streets of Atlanta. They are protesting against President-elect Donald Trump. The march heading from Piedmont Park to Centennial Olympic Park, and then will circle back to Piedmont this evening. Organizers say the protest is nonviolent, the goal to promote the safety of minorities.
Tonight, there are hundreds of fires burning in our state, and crews say they are lacking the manpower that they need to be able to get them under control. 11 Alive's Chris Hopper explains.
Historic and unprecedented. Those are the words the U.S. Forest Service is using tonight to describe this Georgia fire season. I was told again tonight these fires aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Part of that is the drought, a severe lack of rain. The other is a lack of manpower. Take the Rock Mountain fire in Rabun County, for example. Officials say this is how many people they need. This is how many people they have to fight this fire. Here's why. First and foremost, the sheer number of fires. They're all over the southeast. That means crews are hard to come by. Plus, fire season usually ends in the summer. It's almost Thanksgiving. That seasonal summer help that local, state, and federal departments use to fight fires has already been laid off or they're back at college. More crews are on the way, and the U.S. Forest Service says there are 3 helicopters dumping buckets of water on the Rock Mountain fire. Some of you have asked about biplanes like this one that spread fire retardant. I've learned they can't use those on the Rock Mountain fire. That's because the leaves haven't fallen off the trees. The canopies are too thick to penetrate, and the fire is on the ground. The Rock Mountain Fire will continue spreading across the state line into North Carolina. Crews can fight it and contain it from the south. They can't from the north. The forest is too thick. The terrain is too steep. It's tough to get to. It's possible these fires will be here well into December.
Some good news tonight. Firefighters say the largest of the Georgia wildfires may be close to burning itself out. The Rough Ridge Fire in the Cohutta Wilderness has now grown to more than 20,000 acres. It currently is the largest fire in the United States, but despite the dry conditions, crews are saying that they are indeed gaining control and the fire is losing intensity. It could be out in the next couple of weeks.
Tonight we are tracking changes that could be on the way and would give us a break and perhaps help to ease all the smoke.
Our chief meteorologist is Chris Holcomb. He is here with more on that shift. Chris?
And you can see that prevailing wind that we've had the past few days that has been spreading that smoke into our area has had that northerly component from the north or northwest. And today that bigger smoke plume was going really just to the north of the Atlanta area, streaming through parts of Fannin County, Gilmer County, on down to the south, clipping Cherokee County, Forsyth County, around Lake Lanier, down into Gwinnett County. But around metro Atlanta today, we had some smoke early on, and then it cleared out a little bit. It wasn't quite as thick as it has been, especially as it was on your Monday. So we're going to be watching the winds very closely because they will be shifting, pushing that smoke away to give us a little bit more of a break. In fact, today in Atlanta, we were at code red early, but then it's been holding pretty much at code yellow. Right now, we're still at 79 air quality index number, which is in the moderate range, so not too bad out there right now. We'll keep watching these winds. Tonight, still northwest, but tomorrow we will see a little bit of a shift. Look at this. This is tomorrow night starting to come more out of the east and then out of the south. So that would take the smoke from these fires in North Georgia up into Tennessee and also into North Carolina. Now we've got a quick moving system coming in late Friday into Saturday. Very limited moisture. I'm not really concerned about not really optimistic about many rain chances with that. But behind that system, those winds will shift again back from the northwest, so that could bring smoke again back to us here for the weekend and into next week. We'll talk more about that and those very low rain chances coming up.
Thank you, Chris. Tonight, Marietta police are searching for two teens suspected of breaking into multiple cars. Investigators say the 19-year-olds Austin Hamlet and Jaquan Blackney are behind 7 separate break-ins. Police believe they're part of a trend where teens from out of town target large groups of cars in Marietta, where there has been a spike in break-ins. This is a map right here of where they've happened just this year. And while there's no apparent pattern, the map shows many of the break-ins happening in places with easy access to the highway to 75.
We've had a recent spike in car break-ins in residential areas along with commercial areas. Instead of having 1 or 2 break-ins at a time, we're seeing more around 5 to 10 break-ins.
Police say if you see something, say something. Call 911 and don't leave any valuables in your car.
Coming up next, tires flattened on a busy road. We're holding the powerful accountable to get a fix in place that actually works.
Plus, a hero's last ride. How Atlanta firefighters honored a last wish from one of their own. Tonight, President critics and insisting his transition process is very organized. Chris Christie out as Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner gains power, and criticism is coming in over hard-right ideologue Steve Bannon and Rudy Giuliani's possible conflicts as Giuliani angles for the position of Secretary of State. Donald Trump's main mission, lower taxes, he says, and while Democrats say they won't automatically oppose everything, issues like taxes will likely lead to a fight.
We want to be in a position where in the first 100 days we can execute the economic plan.
On issues where we disagree, you can expect a strong and tough fight.
The fight, the test, will likely come quickly. Donald Trump plans to send a conservative anti-abortion rights Supreme Court nominee to the Senate as soon as possible.
A troublesome drain is being blamed for flattening numerous tires on a very busy right turn lane. First, cars were damaging the concrete here, leading to the flat tires. But the original fix only led to more flat tires. And now, as Jerry Carnes reports, GDOT is giving it just one more college try.
We have a lot of customers come in and leave really happy.
But the joy doesn't last for those customers who venture too close to this vengeful slab of concrete and metal. From his position at the homegrown Georgia restaurant, Jeremy Ray watches joy turn to despair.
See it 2 or 3 times a month, too often.
It happened to Sarah Heurig.
Either like right here or maybe this corner over here.
While making the turn from Gibson Street to Memorial Drive in southeast Atlanta, her back right tire clipped this notorious storm drain.
And there's no way to make a tight turn and not hit it. When I got to the car and saw the flat tire, I knew that's where it came from.
It's happened to several of her neighbors. When traffic is heavy, drivers have to make a tight right from Gibson to fit into the far right lane of Memorial. Google Maps shows damage to the drain back in 2015. More than once, GDOT crews have made repairs. More than once, drivers have limped away with flats.
We thought we had a good solution for what the initial problem was. We've moved from one problem to another.
Crews placed a metal lip around the drain to prevent broken concrete, but it created a new threat for passing tires.
We're looking at if we can drain to a different section of the structure, and so we can close off that drainage structure in the front, making it more friendly for cars.
And that's exactly what happened. Within a couple of weeks after we contacted the DOT, crews seal off one section of the drain and use concrete to create a gentle buffer. It's something much less likely to flatten Sarah Hurick's day.
Jerry talked with those inside the Homegrown Georgia restaurant. They say since the latest fix, they have heard of no more flat tires. There's still a small section of that metal lip remaining, so we will see if that does the trick for drivers.
Atlanta firefighters gave one of their own a hero's escort this afternoon. It's firefighter Frank Martinez. He's been battling cancer for several years now and recently learned he does not have long to live. He decided to spend his final days at home in hospice care, so his fellow firefighters, Atlanta Police, Georgia State Patrol escorted the 45-year-old from the hospital to his home in Forsyth County. And those who know this young man best say he's a strong man. He exemplifies what a firefighter should be.
It's like if you were going to cast a movie and cast a firefighter, it'd be Frank. It's just a great guy. And, you know, this is our way to honor him and also to honor his family.
A dedicated firefighter, 6-year member of the Heavy Rescue Squad, Martinez's last wish was to see the technical rescue team's new apparatus. It was put into service just last month, and it led today's procession.
Tonight, Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb tracking some unseasonably warm temperatures over the next couple of days. We've been saying that a lot this fall.
Absolutely, but I don't think you'll be surprised to hear there's a big change as we approach the weekend.
Yeah, we are going to see a cold front that's going to move our way. It doesn't have a lot of moisture with it, but it does have a shift in the wind. And before that gets here, we'll see some other shifts of the wind that'll have some impacts on us. And I want to show you what we're going to see with these winds and how that has been impacting the smoke that we have over North Georgia. So this is our satellite picture from today, and you can see the smoke plume as it was coming in from the Rough Ridge fire down to the south and to the east into Lawrenceville, near the Gainesville area, through parts of the Lake Lanier area, and that's all because of the winds have been coming in from the northwest, and that has just been directing those smoke plumes from that fire closer to us in our area. And as you get in a little bit tighter, you can see how Lawrenceville had in some of that today and right over Lake Lanier as well. Now, in order for you to see what it's going to be like once we get into Friday, we have to go back to the day where we had a southerly flow. That was on November 7th. This is what the Rough Ridge fire looked like on November 7th. And with that, you can see here that those winds were moving up to the north and toward the west from the southeast. And we're going to see a southeasterly flow coming in here by Friday. So we expect to see that smoke lift and move back up toward the north. And of course, we will all be excited and ready for that to get a little bit of a break here in our area. Here's what we're watching with the smoke coverage. Let's take a closer look at this now. And you can see, take a bigger look at that with a big picture here. You can see how that smoke and those plumes were moving down into our area today, kind of spreading out, moving on through. And now when I put the wind particles on top of this, you can see what we're talking about with that wind shift today, coming in from the north and west, taking a lot of that plume to the east of Atlanta, impacting most of the north and also to the east. Now, tomorrow, we're watching our winds. We're going to see them kind of variable for the first part of the day. Once we get into the afternoon hours, they come out of the north and east a little bit. That could bring in some smoke from the Rabun County fire. So just know early tomorrow, we have the potential to see some smoke early on, off and on during the day. Once we get into the latter part of the day, Thursday night, more of a southerly flow moves in here, and then that enhances a little bit more getting into Friday, and that's when we'll see that smoke from North Georgia moving back up into Tennessee and also into North Carolina. Also looking for that rain chance. Here comes the system. Saturday morning, a couple of light showers trying to move in. Most of this breaking up, maybe just a few raindrops here in metro Atlanta before that wind shifts again coming out of the northwest, and that'll bring the smoke back. And also the colder air. Look at Saturday afternoon, only 63 degrees with decreasing clouds, 50s on Sunday and back to 60 on Monday. Look at those mornings, Sunday and Monday morning, near freezing, mid-60s here Tuesday, and then a rain chance possible once we get into the daytime hours here on your Wednesday as well, right before Thanksgiving, that potential for a couple of showers. And here's a look at that 11-day look ahead where we see near average temperatures for Thanksgiving through the 27th with more of those 60s around, but low rain chances in that time frame too. So this week, chances for rain low. The best chance we have is next Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving.
All right, thank you. In tonight's trending headlines, the mannequin challenge.
You do that so well.
It is a craze that has been spotted everywhere from news sets, to locker rooms, to the White House.
And now Clayton County's police department has tried to take it to an all-new level. Here it is.
Black Beatles in the city, be back immediately to confiscate the monies.
The officers getting ready to indulge in, can you tell where they are? Krispy Kreme. They're in Riverdale. Video was posted on the department's Facebook page, getting a large response and a lot of positive comments too.
A 9-year-old boy being called a hero after he caught his baby brother who had fallen from a changing table. You always have to watch out for those. The whole thing was captured on camera. You can take a look. The boy's mother says she left her 11-month-old on the table for just a moment. You can't be doing that. But in that moment, the child rolled over, and that's when the 9-year-old sprang into action, catching his baby brother just in time.
Nice job.
Guardian angel.
This isn't something you see every day. A baby monkey riding. What is that? That's a goat.
We don't see that every day, but you know, when we do see
happened.
it, it's a good thing.
It's riveting, isn't it? Little guy showing up at a private goat farm. This is in southern China. The farm's owner said he saw the monkey riding several different goats, and it seemed as though the monkey felt more secure that way. Local wildlife protection authorities weighing in, saying they would send the monkey to the city zoo and then later release it into the wild.
And a little later in this broadcast, we will do a 3-part expose on how this happened.
Okay.
Right?
I'll be watching. It's an effective tease.
All right. Coming up next, a growing trend in the taxidermy business, particularly for those of you who may be feeling stuffed as Thanksgiving approaches.
Oh, really? Don't forget the annual 11 Live Can-a-thon coming up Friday, December 2nd. We'll be live at several locations throughout Metro Atlanta collecting canned goods for those in need. More on our big day online at 11alive.com/Can-a-thon.